In the small town of Maplewood lived a simple, honest man named Robert Bobby Miller. Everyone just called him Uncle Bobby. He was probably between 45 and 50 years old. His clothes were plain, and his face always carried a gentle, innocent smile. Anyone who saw him would think, "Poor guy, so naive." Bobby didn't have a big business or a fancy job. No farm, no office work. He would wake up, visit the local church, do a bit of sweeping and cleaning, and spend the rest of his day quietly walking around town. The town's youngsters often teased him. "Look, look! Here comes crazy Bobby. What silly thing will he do today?" Children didn't throw things at him, but they loved imitating him and laughing at his actions. Sometimes, townspeople would ask him tricky or silly questions on purpose just to see if he would give a funny answer. But Uncle Bobby never got angry. He would just smile and move on. There was one thing that puzzled everyone in town: Bobby didn't have a real job, yet every Monday he would donate money at the church, sometimes $5, sometimes $10, and occasionally even $50. He would also hand out treats to kids or bring medicine for the elderly. One day, the town mayor said, "Something's not right here. Where does a man like Bobby get so much money?" Some clever young men in town decided to find out. On Sunday afternoon, everyone was called to the town square. Bobby came too, same old worn shirt, same innocent face. In front of the crowd, the mayor took out two bills, a $1 bill and a $10 bill. He asked Bobby, "Bobby, pick the bill with the higher value." Without thinking for a second, Bobby picked the $1 bill. The crowd burst into laughter. "See, I told you, he's crazy," a child shouted. "Uncle Bobby can't even tell which is bigger." Bobby simply smiled and walked away. Nobody noticed that he quietly put the $1 bill in his pocket. There was one sharp boy in town, Timmy, who often watched Bobby closely. He suspected that this man wasn't as simple as he seemed. Determined to find out, Timmy decided to follow him. When Bobby reached home, Timmy quietly trailed behind and knocked on the door a little later. Bobby opened it. "Ah, Timmy, come in, son. How are you?" Timmy got straight to the point. "Uncle Bobby, why did you pick the $1 bill instead of the $10? You know which one is bigger." Bobby laughed and then said softly, "Sit down, son. I'll show you something." He went inside and brought an old box. Inside were $1 bills, $5 bills, $10 bills, and even some coins. Timmy's eyes went wide. "Where did all this come from?" he asked. Bobby spoke gently, "Every time the townspeople call me to make fun of me, I pick the smaller bill. They laugh, feel happy, and call me again next time. Each time I pick something small, I still end up bringing something home, sometimes $1, sometimes a treat, sometimes old clothes. And remember this, Timmy, when I finally pick the $10 bill, the game will be over. People will stop laughing. They'll stop calling me. I never sacrifice my self-respect for their amusement. I play this wisely. I know who the real fool is, me, or the ones who call me every time." From that day, Timmy realized that true wisdom isn't about showing off intelligence. It's about knowing how to use time, opportunity, and the folly of others wisely. From the next day on, no one in town dared meet Bobby's gaze without respect. If you know what you're doing, listen to others' laughter, but don't let it block your path. If you enjoyed this story, share it. I'll meet you again with a new story, a new lesson, and fresh inspiration here on Vire Tales. Until then, keep smiling, stay patient, and keep walking your path. Thank you.